Walton Chain, to create a business ecosystem integrating blockchain with IoT. So let's go ahead and check it out on CoinMarketCap. The charts show that this particular cryptocurrency hit the market on August 27th at $1.06. It had a spike in late September, carried through October, reached its peak at 8.52 in early October, and now it's currently sitting at about 6.93. You can pick it up here. It is on October 30th. There's a circulating supply of 24 million, total supply 70 million, max supply 100 million. They're letting you know that it will not go above 100 million. The market cap is at 172,667,620. Daily volume 13 million. It's up a bit from yesterday. So currently Bitcoin's sitting at $6,100. Walton Coin at this price is a pretty good pickup. You can pick it up on Binance, EtherDelta, HitBTC. So it hasn't been listed on Bittrex. It hasn't been listed on some of the other Bitfinex. It hasn't been listed on the biggest exchanges yet. Binance is getting there, but once that happens, it's going to obviously pick up. Walton Coin is going to continue to get more mainstream adoption. Let's go back to their website. So Walton, named after Charles Walton, the man who created the technology. Here's an acronym that they made with the Walton name: Wisdom Altered Label Trade Organization Network. Okay, that's an acronym for what they're calling Walton. So what they're saying right here is that Walton will continue to grow as increasing number of businesses will be joining the ecosystem, as a result of which they will expend a growing amount of WTC or create all kinds of child chains. Thus, the demand for WTC will rise correspondingly. WTC is the only token of the parent chain in the entire business ecosystem. Any cross-child data transmission and asset exchange will expend WTC. Once the ecosystem has been in place, the demands for the businesses WTC will keep expanding. So they're going to go into markets such as clothing. So the allocation mechanism of the transaction fees, such as A coins and B coins expended in the important officially released child chains, will be adjusted in innovative manner, such as those in the transaction child chain or the sales child chain, which will be used in the high frequency circulation. Most of the transaction fees, say 90%, will be allocated to the wallets of child chain bookkeeping nodes, while a small portion, say 10%, will be exchanged to WTC allocated to the wallets of the parent chain bookkeeping nodes. So here's a video you can watch. It's about 3 minutes 55 seconds. So here's what they're saying: the realization of the value Internet of Things will create a brand new business ecosystem based on organic integration of blockchain and Internet of Things. This will extend the blockchain technology from Internet of Things, which will in turn create a genuine, believable, traceable business model and totally shared data, transparent information, depending on the combination of RFID technology and Walton chain. For those of you who want to know what an RFID is, this is how I always do RFID, or I'll always do my research. I just come over here. I'm currently in China right now, so I'm going to have to translate. Radio frequency ID is a wireless communication technology that can identify specific targets and read and write relevant data by radio signals without the need to identify mechanical or optical contact between the system and specific target. The radio signal is transmitted from the label attached to the item by adjusting the electromagnetic field into the radio frequency to automatically identify and track the item. So this is kind of interesting because people have suggested that at some point in time RFID will be embedded into under people's skin, whether it be in their hand or somewhere else on their body, and this is where your money will be kept and all that. Now, I don't think Walton Chain has any plans to go out and say that they're going to do that, but this is that technology that you hear about where they're talking about you know, basically putting a chip inside you. And you might have, I guess the closest thing you've seen to this would be like getting your dog microchipped, but this is on a whole nother level. I'm just saying, you know, when your dog gets microchipped, you can tell where he is because there's a radio signal that will tell you where your dog is. So anyway, they have 4 phases for this particular project. As for phase 1.0 of the project has developed the clothing system integration scheme based on RFID. So they keep talking about clothing, but really in essence what they're talking about is retail. So they are partnered with these companies here, most of them out of Asia. And I am in China right now, or I'm actually in Taiwan, which is, they speak Mandarin here. It's part of the People's Republic of China, but it's not actually China, it's independent. But this company is heavily set up in Asia mostly, even though the owner of the the creator of this technology, Walton, is not Chinese. You can see the white paper right here. Oh, let's see if the white paper will work. So you can get it in different languages. You have to download the PDF. Wait for that to download. Here we go. You can go through the white paper, read up on it. We are in an era where new technology leads to social changes. In the age of information and the internet, human collaboration, communication break through time and space constraints, and the world becomes an overall interactive platform. So they're using basically the keywords that most blockchain technologies are using to roll out their value of the Internet of Things. At the end of the day, the Internet of Things, in case you don't know what that means, and I only do this because I assume that most of you are not professional traders, that you are just starting out. That's why I make these videos. I don't make these videos for people who are, you know, cryptographers or highly experienced with cryptocurrency. So Internet of Things, the interconnection via the Internet of computing devices embedded in everyday objects, enabling them to send and receive data. It's basically like an ecosystem on the internet. You can drill down here to Wikipedia. I apologize, everything's coming up through Chinese. For some reason they have geo set my browser, which is annoying because I'd rather just say I'm always speaking English. Is the network of physical devices, vehicles, home appliances, and other embedded in electronic software, sensors, actuators, and network connectivity, which enables these objects to connect and exchange data. Obviously, with the radio frequency, that's really important. That's why Walton Chain hammers home the Internet of Things, because that's what they do. Radio frequency. So this is cool. If you want to know more about it, click around their website. You can check out their team members. So the Walton Chain is composed of a group of pioneers specializing in the integration of blockchain, Internet of Things, RFID technology. The team members include Chinese and Korean talent, elite talents from the circles of business, academy, and investment. The endeavor to extend the blockchain technology to the Internet of Things will, with strong commitment to leading the tides of technology in the rapidly changing times. The project is strongly supported and boosted by senior blockchain developers, renowned investment institutions, prestigious attorneys, finance experts, world-class chip design experts, and senior management of China's top tech companies and clothing businesses. So again, they keep talking about clothing as if clothing is like the main thing driving this. That's a little bit concerning because RFID has so much more than just clothing. The fact that they keep bringing up clothing is kind of, I guess you would say, kind of petty in a way, because there is so much more to it than just clothing, and they keep pounding home the clothing. Now, the team itself is strong, obviously a very strong team, and out of China, you know, where the manufacturing typically occurs, that's big. So you can assume that these guys are the industry leader in RFID and probably not going to get probably a secure investment, I would say. That's why I'm big on Walton Chain, is because I know that most of the manufacturing occurs in China, and with these guys leading the way, that's really important. So take a look at Walton Chain, RFID. Do some studying on Walton Chain and the RFID technologies. You can come through here, check out their team, and thanks for watching. This is Jeff with Altcoin Buzz.